सीताराम। रामे रामे रमेची रमे राम मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्वल्यं राम नाम परायणे सरस्वती कामना रमय ये कभी न हो चित भंग गौरी गणेश कामना रमय यही सभा में दान समय। सखी सखी सुन बादस बांसुरिया ओ सखी सुन बादस बांसुरिया सुन बादस बांसुरिया सखी सुन बादस बांसुरिया सखी सुन बादस बांसुरिया। निर्मल नीरे जमुना तीरे निर्मल नीरे निर्मल नीरे जमुना तीरे गावत राग बसुरिया सखी सुनो बाजस बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया। मुक्त विशाला मुक्त विशाला सर्वनमाला मुक्त विशाला मुक्त विशाला सर्वनमाला शमनन की ऐश्वर्या सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया। ब्रह्मानंद 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 हे ब्रह्मानंद 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 हरे मुनि जनकी पुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया सखी सुन बाजत बांसुरिया।
प्रेम से बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। जगदम्बे माता की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की jai. My beloved brothers and sisters, my humble Sitaraman Namaskar to all of you. In just a few moments, we will be expecting our Vyas, Pandit Sunil. This evening, as we welcome him, I need your help. I need all of you to stand, and I want all of you to sing as we welcome him in a few minutes. But I want you all to familiarize yourself with what I am going to sing, because tonight I really do need help. It's my first time out. Please sing with me. Guru Kripalam Kevalam. That's all, and I want you all to sing as loud as you can. Let Panditji feel that love when he comes in tonight. It's his last night of the 3 nights. Guru Kripalam Kevalam. 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 Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam. Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam. Guru Kripalam Kevalam. As we worship the Guru, those of you who have been initiated, mentally think of your Guruji this evening and touch his feet.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Swami Kripalam Kevalam. Swami Kripalam Kevalam.
Swami Kripalam Kevalam. Swami Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam. Guru Kripalam Kevalam. Just to let you know what it means.
Kevalam. Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam. Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru
For those of you who do not know what Guru Kripalam means, this evening we are saying, oh Guruji, give us your kripa, your mercy, your grace. So think of your Guruji and pray and ask for his grace. Guru Kripalam Kevalam. Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam. Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Sai Kripalam Kevalam. Sai 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 साई कृपालं केवलं
Guru Kripalam Kevalam Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam
Panditji is about 5 minutes or so away from here,
Guru Kripalam
but we'll need to lift our voices so he can hear us when he comes.
Kevalam Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Now I want to hear the audience sing. Guru Kripalam. Lift your voices louder. When Panditji comes, he must feel the vibrations from way outside. Sing. Alam Kevalam Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Swami Kripalam Kevalam Swami Kripalam Kevalam.
Swami Kripalam Kevalam Swami Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam Sai Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam Sai Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Guru Kripalam Kevalam Guru Kripalam Kevalam.
Narayana Narayana Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Shri Narayana Jai Gopal Hare. Sing.
Narayana Narayana Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Shri Narayana Jai Gopal Hare.
Narayana Narayana Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Shri Narayana Jai Gopal Hare.
Narayana Narayana Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Shri Narayana Jai Gopal Hare.
Narayana Narayana Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Shri Narayana Jai Gopal Hare.
Narayana Narayana Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Shri Narayana Jai Gopal Hare.
Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai.
Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai.
My beloved brothers and sisters, this name of Govinda, we are told, Govinda naam lekar jab prana tan se nikale. Let us sing that name of Govinda as we wait on our vyas. गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
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 गोविंद जय जय गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम सिंह गुरु कृपालम केवलम 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 गुरु कृपालम
केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम
गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपालम
केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपालम केवलम गुरु कृपा
रामचंद्र रामचंद्र राम प्यारा नाम, 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 राम बोल राम बोल राम बोलो राम, राम बोल राम बोल राम बोल राम, रामचंद्र रामचंद्र राम प्यारा नाम, 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 राम बोल राम बोल राम बोलो राम, राम बोल राम बोल राम बोल राम, रामचंद्र रामचंद्र राम प्यारा नाम, रामचंद्र रामचंद्र राम प्यारा नाम, राम प्यारा नाम, राम प्यारा नाम।
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय. We propitiate worship the Lord Hanuman as we take flowers in our hands. Hari Om Sri Ganesha Namah, Sri Saraswate Namah, Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Govinda Namo Namah. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha, Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva, Sarvakarishu Sarvaram. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Manojabam Marutulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Vrishtam Vatatmajam Vanararutamuktam Sri Ramadutam Sharanam Pravatte. Panputranvani ki jai. We offer flowers. We sprinkle water on all the ingredients and oblations. Apavitra pavitra sarvavastam gatopya yasmarit pundari kaksha sabahayam tara suje. We ignite the flames in our diyas. Deepa jyotir para brahma, deepa jyotir janadhara, deepo haratame papam, deepo yambrati gretam. Shubham karotu kalyanam arogyam sukasam param, mama shatru vinashaya deepa jyotir namo astute. Siddhi buddhi prane devi bhukti mukti pradayani, mantra murti sara devi mahalakshmi namo astute. O Lord Hanuman, on this day auspicious and dedicated to your worship, with faith and with conviction, we bow to you. May you be pleased with us. May you be pleased with us. Jai Shri Ram Hari Prabhu. 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 जय श्री राम हरे।
जय श्री राम
हरे स्नान। ओम नमो हनुमंताय नमः। ओम नमो हनुमंताय नमः। ओम नमो हनुमंताय नमः। स्नानं स्नानं समर्पयामि। स्नानं स्नानं प्रतिक्रियताम्। ओम नमो हनुमंताय नमः। ओम नमो हनुमंताय नमः। We are for dar. जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे।
जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे।
जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे। वेद सूक्तं समायुक्तं यज्ञशामा समन्विते सर्वे प्रदे देवा वाससे प्रतिगृहीता। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे।
जय श्री
चंदनं सुललितं देवा कंठे चामुण्डावली गोपश्री हरिदेवी जयते गोपालाय चूडामणि अंजनी सुताय विद्महे वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान प्रचोदयात्। तन्नो हनुमान प्रचोदयात्।
जय श्री राम हरे।
जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे।
जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम हरे प्रभु। जय श्री राम
हरितराया सर्वसौभाग्यदायिनी सर्वलंकारमुक्तानि देवी त्वं प्रतिगृहीताम्। ओम सिंदूरं शोभनं रक्त सौभाग्यप्रदं ताम्रं मोक्षणं चैव सिंदूरं प्रतिगृहीताम्।
जय
लालने लालीन से अनुधर लालनं गोद पत्रनीदान
जय श्री
जय
राम
जय कपिसूर। जय 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 कपिसूर।
जय श्री राम हरे।
ओम कांडात् कांडात् पुरोहन्ते
जय
श्री
श्री
राम देवानो दुर्वे प्रकानो नाशते न चाते।
जय
कोमलदानं
श्री
कोमलदानं
राम
समर्पयामि। ओम काशी वासी शिवासी
जय श्री
कालभैरव
राम
पूजार्थं कोटि कन्या महादानं बेलपत्र
जय
शिरोर्पणं
श्री राम
यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव
जय श्री राम
अम्बे अम्बिके अम्बालिके नमाम्यति कश्चन।
जय श्री राम
सर्वत्रकामपि नवासिनी। ओम नमो
जय श्री
हनुमन्ताय नमः।
राम
ओम नमो हनुमन्ताय नमः। ओम नमो हनुमन्ताय नमः।
जय
ओम
श्री
नमो
राम
हनुमन्ताय नमः। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट कलन रघुनाथ कला की। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट कलन रघुनाथ कला की। जो हनुमान जी की आरती गावे बसी बैकुंठ परम पर पावे ओ अंजनी पुत्र महाबलदाई संतन के प्रभु सदा सहाय आरती की जय हनुमान लला के दुष्ट गलन रघुनाथ कला के आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट गलन रघुनाथ कला के जो हनुमान जी की आरती गावे बसी बैकुंठ परम पर पावे अंजनी पुत्र महाबलदाई संतन के प्रभु सदा सहाय आरती की जय हनुमान लला के दुष्ट गलन रघुनाथ कला की ओ आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट गलन रघुनाथ कला की ओम नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृहीताम् अंजनीसुताय विद्महे वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान प्रचोदयात् नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि ब्रह्मार्पणं ममस्तु कृष्णार्पणम् जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
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 मंगल मूर्ति मारुति नंदन सकलय मंगल मोरनि कंदन पवन तनय संतन हितकारी सुन लीजे प्रभु अर्ज हमारी जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
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 जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमाना
जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमाना
जय सिया राम जय जय रघुरामा
जय सिया राम जय जय रघुरामा
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
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 नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन कर्म वचन ध्यान जो लावे जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सतवार पाठ कर होय झूठे वंदे महासुख होय लाल देह लालील से अरुधरि लाल लंगोल भद्र देह दानवरलं जय 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 कपीसूत सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. We join in expressions of welcome this evening by Munilal ji.
Sitaram everyone. On behalf of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation and Pandit Sunil Seetahal Maharaj, we welcome each and everyone here today. We ask that you sit back, relax, and enjoy. Most of all, participate in our on Pandit Sunil Katha tonight. To our viewing public and our radio listeners, I ask that you enjoy, participate, and even, and as Pandit Sunil mentioned before, raise your hand, sing, clap, do whatever is necessary, but rejoice and enjoy our discourse tonight. Thank you.
Syāvar Ramachandra ki jai. Let us bow heads in prayer as we chant mantras of invocation. Hari Om Sri Ganesha Namah, Sri Saraswate Namah, Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Govinda Namo Namaha. Varnānāmrita Sangānām Rasanam Chandra Samapi Mangalanam Chakaritaro Bande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwaswarupino Yabhyam Vinana Pashante Siddha Swantastameshwaram. Ramayan Sumiran. Jo sumirata siddha hoy, Ganenayaka karivara vadana, Karahuvano grahasoy, Buddhirashi Subhaguna sadhana. Kahoy bajan Pangu chadayan Girivara Gahana Jasu Kripa Sodayan Prabhu Sakala Kalimala Gahana. Neela Saro Rahushan Karunayaruna Varijanayana Karahu Sumama Uradam Sadachira Sagara Sayana. Kundailo samade Umaramana kadhuna ayana Jahidina padhane Karahu kripa mardana mayana. Bandahu Guru Parakan Kripa Sindhu Nadarupa Hari Mahamoha Tamapu जासु बचन रवि कर निकर बंदोहु पावन कुमार प्रलवल पावत ज्ञान दरा जासु हृदय आकाश बसहु राम सरिता पहरा श्री गुरु चरण सरोज जमन मुकुर सुराय बनो रघुवर विमल यश जोदायक फलचा बूटहीन तनु जानिके सुमेरो पवन कुमार बल बूट विद्या देहु मुई हरहु कले सविकार तुलसी कृत्य रमायणा कथा करहु अनुसार आसन लीजे प्रेम हिता आवहु पवन कुमार सिया पति रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय अयोध्या राम लला की जय वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय पुरेसा जगन्नाथ की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सियापति रामचंद्र की जय शरणम पवन पुत्र वाणी की जय. Turn to the person next to you and ask them, how are you? Turn to the person next to you and ask them, what kind of day did you have? Turn to the person next to you and ask them, are you tired? Since nobody is tired, then let's all join in Kirtan this evening as we make a joyful noise unto Bhagwan. Everybody together. Bira Hanuman Ati Balvan Ram Ram Rasiyare He Prabhu Man Basiyare.
Bira Hanuman Ati Balvan Ram Ram Rasiyare He Prabhu Man Basiyare.
Bira Hanuman Ati Balvan Ram Ram Rasiyare He Prabhu Man Basiyare.
Hanuman Ati Balvan Ram Ram Rasiyare He Prabhu Man Basiyare.
Sitaram Jai Sitaram Radhe Sham Jai राधेश्याम
सीताराम जय सीताराम राधेश्याम जय 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 राधेश्याम
हनुमान अति बलवान राम राम सिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीरा हनुमान अति बलवान राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की
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 वीरा हनुमान अति बलवान राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीरा हनुमान अति बलवान राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
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 वीरा हनुमान अति बलवान राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीरा हनुमान अति बलवान राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
बजरंगा बली ओ बजरंगा बली
बजरंगा बली बजरंगा बली
बजरंगा बली ओ बजरंगा बली
बजरंगा बली ओ बजरंगा बली
मावीद बली मावीद बली
महावीर बली महावीर बली
मावीद बली मावीद बली
महावीर बली महावीर बली
बजरंगा बली ओ बजरंगा 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 बली
मावीद बली मावीद बली
महावीर बली महावीर बली
मावीद बली मावीद बली
महावीर बली महावीर बली
मावीद बली मावीद बली
बापू
चढ़वाने की बापू चढ़वाने की बापू चढ़वाने की
महावीर बली महावीर बली महावीर बली महावीर बली महावीर बली
मावीद बली मावीद बली रत्ती कहड़े ही दे ही बीता करी चलने न समान करी चरने न समान अर्षः सुनि सुमि अति निकर अति कहदे चरमान अति कहदे चरमाय सिया पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम मंगल भवनाय मंगल भवनाय मंगल हारी द्रवउ सुदशरथ अजिर बिहारी मंगल भवनाय मंगल भवनाय मंगल हारी वहु सुदशरथ अचिर बिहारी बिरबेलयदेहि पात्र न देखा जो कह राम हरि न देखा जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. Last night, our katha ended at that point when Bhagwan Shri Ram has now made a decision to send Mata Sita in the Gurukul, the ashram of her Guru. Mata Sita has no clue what is happening. She has no clue about anything. And so early in the morning, she's awakened. But Mata Sita is not just awakened. Mata Sita, she's awakened to a huge chitta of fire. And so she must now walk through this fire to prove her purity. How pure are we? How pure are you? There are many opportunities that come our way to help us to purify ourselves. But when those opportunities come and stand in front of us, we behave in our same ignorant way, thinking that time will come again and we will have a lot of time. You get invited to the puja and you make it your duty not to go. You get invited to participate in the puja and then you make all the excuses not to. Mata Sita, she's greeted to fire. And she has to walk through this fire to prove or to show her purity and her piety. In life, sometimes only when we are faced with fire and trouble and problems, then we recognize our true potential. And if fire doesn't come, and if problems doesn't come, and if situations don't come, then we never recognize how strong we really are. And so, Mata Sita, after crossing through the fire and being untouched by the fire, Mata Sita now sits on the chariot that has been prepared for her. And as she sits on the chariot, she's confused. But sitting there, Lakshmana begins to drive the chariot. What will happen? Listen, it tells us. कैसे कटी कहा तोर नहाता समदे हुदे कर बल ही विराता सुर सट सूरत सट सात न साता आगे गय चर रे रघुनाथा जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. It says, seated on the chariot, Lakshmana is driving along the banks of the river Ganga. And driving along the banks of the river Ganga, the place seems familiar, but the journey is confusing. There are many times life confuses us. And though we are familiar with our surrounding, we still behave confused. True or not? Sometimes even in your own home, when too much things happening at one time and too much people present at one time, you get confused, isn't it? Today, Amidst all of the parceling of the parasad and all of the festivity, I left everybody and I went to sleep. It becomes confusing to the point that you don't know what to do. And so, Mata Sita, confused, as the place looks familiar, she knows the direction in which she is heading and she has an idea, but she is not sure. There are many times we have an idea, but we are not sure, isn't it? And so, heading, what will happen? Lakshmana driving this chariot, he reaches to the ashram of the Guru of Mata Sita. And now reaching to the ashram of the Guru of Mata Sita, what happens? Listen, it tells us. Tatu, 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 tarah bayahi biloka. Balak janani ho sakaraya roka. Dehi taragata janahi sunahi. Danya hu mata pita tum jai. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Sing with me, everybody. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Mata Sita goes into the ashram of the Guru. And as Lakshmana leaves Mata Sita there, in the ashram of the Guru, Mata Sita is crying. She now has to be faced with the separation once more of herself and her husband. A day will come when there might be separation. How will we cope with separation? What plans have we made in the event that there is separation? Maya tu tagani hamajani. We are so caught up in the Maya, the illusion, that we have forgotten that we are here for 2 days only. Everything is mine. Everything belongs to me. The more that is mine and the more that belongs to me, the harder it becomes when the time reaches to leave. What is life? We are all on this journey together, the journey called life. But what is life? Today I had the privilege of cremating a mother and her newborn baby. Both of them lying in the very same box. And I had to stand there strong and tall and say, don't worry, God has a plan. I'm saying to them, all the soul needs is our prayer. But tonight I'm saying to you, don't wait until you're lying in a box for somebody to pray for you. Pray for yourself while you have the opportunity. Prepare yourself, not only physically, but spiritually and mentally. When you get invited, never say, not me and I don't have time. Yoga is for your body. Puja is for your mukti. When you die, your body remains behind. But it's the puja that you have performed takes you to mukti, to salvation. But you're confused. And then you say, you ain't know how much pain I have. Your time to be stretching and you were doing other things. And now the time to be praying, you want to do the thing you were supposed to do long time ago. And that's how the mind is. It is designed that way. Tonight, Mata Sita, what does she do? Mata Sita is crying and she's weeping bitterly. And she's unhappy. But the ashram of the Guru is brought to life by the mere presence of Mata Sita. Has somebody ever visited your home and the home becomes alive? the entire energy of that place lifts. And when that person is leaving, how do you feel? When that person is leaving, you feel like, "So chale, aaj hamari Ram, Ayodhya cho chale, aaj hamare Ram, Ayodhya cho." You feel like all your happiness is leaving, all the joy is leaving. And then when that person leaves, then you know what happened? Back to reality, back to sadness, back to pain, back to your thinking of your trouble. Mata Sita is left there, and the ashram becomes alive by the mere presence of Mata Sita. Any place that you go into must become alive just by your presence. It must become alive and awaken just by you being present there. And be present not egoistically, but be present humbly. And so as the ashram is plunged alive because of the presence of Mata Sita, again and again the Guru has to tell her, "Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry." Tonight I want to tell you, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Bhagwan always has a plan. Do you believe that? Tell the person next to you, don't worry. Tell them. Tell the person next to you, Bhagwan has a plan. Tell them. Tell them for me. Bhagwan has a plan. And I want you to tell them again for me. Be patient. Tell them. Be patient. Bhagwan's work might be slow, but Bhagwan's work is. Bhagwan will never give us more than we can bear. He chooses those who are strong and those who have the ability to cope. And those are the ones that He uses as examples to teach those who are weak. And you are stronger than you can imagine. Always remember that. You are much more stronger than you can imagine. But the situations have to unfold. The Maya has to happen to recognize your strength. Tonight, Mata Sita, the Guru says, do not worry, do not worry, do not worry. But what will happen? Listen, the Katha continues to tell us. Janani sakala rehina deka ati kaharupa guru kaharika tatu tatu ho ram bin mohi suni bachan katur hari ki jai ram shri ram jai jai rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Jai Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Mahagiri kaha poncha kaha jora Ati kaha de kar sumiru narika Dekar putra dehi anama Guru ka darshan kripa ninanao Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Mata Sita, staying in the ashram of the Guru, Mata Sita gives birth. Mata Sita gives birth to her sons. And the Guru names the children. The Guru names the children. When the Guru gives a name to the child, the Guru is giving a name befitting the child, based on the time of birth, and the date of birth, and the alignment of the planets, and the alignment of the stars, and the moon's position, and the sun's position. And then after the Baba takes his time to check and to find the appropriate name. You decide you want to put half of your name and half of your great-grandmother-in-law name. And you make up a name. You make up a name. And in making up that name, you doom the whole existence of the child. Because the name that will bring positivity and good energy and good vibrations, you say we go put that behind the certificate. And the name that is of no value, you say we will put that up in front. It says, the Guru names the children. He gives the name love and he gives the name Kush. There are many kathas that talk about how Kush got his name. In one epic it says that Mata Sita gave birth to one child. But as she took this child and she went wandering out in the forest, walking the child to hush the crying of the child, the Guru thought that the child was left in his care. And so the Guru, he became frantic looking for the baby and unable to find the baby. So he took fragments of kush grass and he molded the little baby, and using the Pratishtaha he invoked life, and so he created a little child. And when Mata Sita came back with love and he saw this, he presented his second child. And because the child was made from the kush grass, they gave him the name Kush. There is an entire katha that talks about that. But tonight, Goswami Tulsidas ji writes, Mata Sita gave birth to two sons by the name of Love and Kush. Love and Kush. What will happen? Listen, it tells us. Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Muni Balak Suni Bikal Karaki Puni Sahasra Kahari Na Pai Sagar Hanit Kaha Tumahi Bakani Muni Balak Kahari Barbariyo Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
It says, quickly the children started to grow. Quickly the children started to grow. Can you remember? Just yesterday, you were the children. Can you remember that? Just yesterday, you were rocking in the hammock and pitching marble and playing dolly coke. And can you remember that? The children of the day that we live in don't know any of those things. All they know is iPad and cell phone. All they know is TV, but YouTube on the TV. In the day that we grew up in, we knew Sesame Street. You all remember that? Sad. In that Sesame Street, we saw Oscar the Grouch. In the day that we live in, we live among Oscar the Grouch. Grouchy, grumpy people. Huh? I said to Ashish, I said, we need to take you to the doctor. And he said, why? I said, because you operate like Big Bird from Sesame Street. He said, what about Big Bird? What did Big Bird do? I said, oh, that's before your time. Big Bird will just fall asleep. I said, sometimes you fall asleep too, like you have dropsy. So we have to check you out. And then he goes to see what Big Bird did. In the day that we grew up in, we saw the movie called MacGyver. You all remember that? Huh? On a Tuesday evening, finishing the homework quick to go and sit down and watch. MacGyver was teaching you survival. Huh? How to survive. That's what that show was teaching you. In the event of an emergency, what you could use and how you could maneuver to save yourself and to save those around you. Now we live in a world amongst certificates and degrees and PhD and no common sense. None at all. None, not even to save themselves. A certificate doesn't make you brilliant. Do you know? take your time to talk to the elders around and listen to their experience. And experience beats any certificate any day and any time. And I don't care if I get beat for saying that too, but that's the truth. It is a sad truth. And so, quickly the children grew. And as the children grew, the Guru started to impart great knowledge to them. The Guru started to teach them the art of warfare, how to use weapons to save themselves. And so teaching them all of this, what will happen? In Ayodhya, something else is happening. What is happening in Ayodhya? Listen. चलहु देहि कर रहे ते अयोध्या बन भाहु कह जपत रूपा जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय जय रामा
राम श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा.
Because of the separation of Mata Sita once more, the kingdom is plunged into some kind of sadness. For the Queen Kausilya, the Queen Kekai, and the Queen Sumitra, knowing that Mata Sita is not in the kingdom, this has troubled them to the point that all three queens, they have left to go back to the heavens. What does that mean? They have left to go back to the heavens. When we leave, where will we be going? When we leave, where will we want to go? Hinduism and the dharma that we serve tells us, don't pray, go to heaven. Heaven is short-lived. And after you expire all your good karma, you come back into the world. Pray for mukti, salvation. Pray to merge in oneness with Bhagwan when that comes. But you can't pray for mukti when you live your life anyhow. You can't pray for mukti when you live your life doing all the mischief and treating people the worst of way, and then expect God to bless you and take you to Swarga in His bosom when you die. The motto of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation is service to God is service to man. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says to Arjun, he says, Arjun, service to God is service to man. And when man is served, God becomes happy. And when your work on the earth becomes service to God through man, then all things are added unto you. That's what he says. All things will be added unto you. But you have to serve first. Serve with purity. And so teaching them the art of warfare and how to fight. Ayodhya is plunged into sadness, for the queens have all died. And now Shri Ram, having no mothers in the kingdom, having no wife in the kingdom, Shri Ram decides to do something. What will he do? Muni, if Cheryl dies, what will you do? Dave, if Cindy dies, what will you do? Uncle Harry, if Carol dies, what will you do? Auntie Chan, if I die, what you'll do? Prabhu, if Omati dies, what will you do? Uncle Harry, what you say? You'll have a party? Huh? Muni, what did you say? You'll get remarried? I couldn't hear from here. We think that we are so important. We think that we are so irreplaceable. But I have news for you. You don't even have to be dead to be replaced. And that's the sad truth. Shri Ram is alone in the kingdom, alone in the kingdom. And Shri Ram has to do something. Have you ever been home alone? What do you do in your alone time at home? What do you do? He's alone. And you know what he does? Shri Ram is preparing. What is he preparing for? By himself, he's preparing. Listen to what he's preparing for. अश्वमेध यज्ञ हरे न बचाई बन बाहु पर पिता कहा पायो गुरु दर्शन कहा देहि स्वरूपा तर कहरे हरे रूपा जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama O Jai Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram is preparing to have a yajna. He's preparing to have a yajna. And preparing to have the yajna, he's following the instructions of his guru. Such is the importance of guru in your life. And so following the instructions of the guru says we will perform the Ashwamedh Yajna. In this yajna, a horse will be used. A horse that is white in color. And so this horse will be set free and allowed to roam. And as the horse begins to roam, the yajna will take place. But the yajna will only be deemed to be successful when you can find back the horse after the yajna. A horse can be compared to being a wild animal, is it? Will the horse come back? Will the horse come back? Sometimes you and I, we go and we wander, and sometimes we forget, and somebody have to remind us we're living somewhere. True or not? Wife has to call the husband, where you? And he said, well, I'm buying the thing you sent me for. Waiting to cook. Put up the pot, waiting to boil the rice. And he come back with a bag of ice. Come back with something totally different to what he went for in the first place. It says, preparing to perform the yajna, the guru says, we can perform the yajna, but we can't perform the yajna without Mata Sita. She must be present. Shri Ram can't bring her back. So what he does, he says, Guru, tell me what can be done. And the guru says, well, find a material befitting Mata Sita and make a murti out of Mata Sita. And put that murti beside you. And then you can perform the yajna. Husband, if you have to find a material that you can use to make your wife, what material will that be? Papa, what material will you use to make mama? The best that you could find? You better answer good. She's sitting next to you. And so he makes the murti out of sona. Sona means gold. He makes a golden image of Mata Sita and places it to sit next to him. And he's performing the yajna. But to guard his horse and to ensure that his yajna is successful, he gives an order of command. And he places people strategically in an order to look after the horse. In an order. Even in the Ramayan, it talks about order. There has to be an order. Everything, there is a sequence that has to be followed. And if you don't follow the sequence, then the result might not be what you expect. And so, he gives an order of who should look after the horse. But Love and Kush, they're looking at their mother Sita. And Love and Kush, with tears in their eyes, they're asking their mother. You know what they're asking? Sunlo pavan Ram kahani, Sunlo pavan Ram kahani. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sun lo pavan Ram kahani, sun lo pavan Ram kahani. Love and Kush, they are asking their mother Sita, Ma, tell us about our Pita. Tell us about our father. What do we know about our father? What do we know about our fathers? We know little about our fathers. For most of the time, when you get up in the morning, they're already in work. And in the evening time, they have to rest to go back to work. But they make sure that you're not deprived from anything. Sad. The Western world has taught us that there is one day called Father's Day. But Dharma has taught us that every day is Father's Day. Dharma has taught us that honor your mother and honor your father and your days will be long. Honor your mother and honor your father. And the blessing that they give to you, not even the devatas could take away from you. That's what our Dharma taught us. Tomorrow, the world prepares to celebrate Father's Day. But every day is Father's Day. They're asking, tell us about our father. And Mata Sita, with tears in her eyes, she's telling, your father's name is Rama. And he is the king of a place called Ayodhya. And they want to know, our father is the king and we living in the forest? He living in a kingdom and we living in the forest? Tell us more, tell us more, tell us more. We want to hear. Nobody likes you to live in a palace. Do you know? Nobody likes you to live in a kingdom. They like to see you beneath them all the time. But where you live, that doesn't define who you are. You can convert that place into a kingdom anytime you choose to, with the right attitude. We have started to build houses, but instead we should build homes. And so Mata Sita telling them, he's the king of Ayodhya. Seeing the emotion in their mother, they stop talking. And so the boys take up their bows and their arrows and they go into the forest. But as they go into the forest, what will they find? Listen, it tells us. Sunlo pavan Ram kahani Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Sunlo pavan Ram kahani Sunlo pavan राम कहानी जानकी सुनता देहि भावा दे हर कथा सुनाओ पावा तन कह दे कर रहिया मोरी दे कर सुमिरो पुत्र न कोई लव कुश दे का विपत निदाना दे कर बंदो दे निदान लकड़ी दे कर दे गुरु कृपा दे ही गुरु का नाथ कृपाया सुन लो पावन राम कहानी सुन लो पावन राम कहानी. As soon as the boys enter into the forest, you know what they see? They see a white horse. Beautiful. Seeing the white horse, what catches their attention is the reflection of the sun on the plate that is attached to the forehead of the horse. And seeing the reflection and catching their attention, they go towards the horse and they begin to read what is written on the plate, on the forehead of the horse. Do you know when a baby is born, Bhagwan, God himself comes and begins to write on the forehead of the child? Do you know that? Have you ever been told that before? We say the Barahi and the Chatti, you all know? And while Bhagwan writing on the forehead of the child, instead of making suhari and halwa and sweet rice, and you know what you're making? You're making 4-foot jumbo pot and total disrespect to Bhagwan, to God. Total disrespect. And you're celebrating the child is born. Huh? Big party. And when Bhagwan comes and becomes upset because of your action, what do you think he will write? How do you think he will begin to write? What do you think he will inscribe? I was big enough when my cousins were born. Well, at least 2 or 3 of them after me. But I remember on that 6th day, my grandmother will go to the sill. You all know the sill? And she will pong on that sill the saffron. She will take the ajwain and the clove and she will grind it into a paste. And she'll patch it in the ghee. And she'll chunky the lapsi inside of there, making the parsad to offer to Shashti Devi. I can't remember what they will do. All I remember is that they went behind the door and they closed the door, so I couldn't see. I was inquisitive, but not so inquisitive. And they will go and then they will take the baby and put the baby in a little soup. You all know what is a soup? Not a thing to eat. Like a fana that they will fan the rice with. You all know about that? And they will drag the baby through the house and they will take a thali and a pot spoon. You all know? And pang, pang, pang in the baby head. Strange, huh? They do that when the baby is born. But when you die, the very same thing is done. Do you know? They beat the ganti right by your head. I remember one day, we're having the puja at home. And Basdev Misir or Pandit is sitting there. And I hit the bell and he looked at me. He said, move from behind me. And I said, so you're vexed or something? He said, when I died, you go beat it by my head. I said, Baba, you're rhyming. He said, just move. And only as I grew up, I recognized what he was saying. That this is what they do when you die. This is not what they do when you are alive. And all of these things are to create positive vibration, to create an awareness to the child so that the child will not get frightened. When the baby was born, they will take the first pampa and they will leave it open and put it outside in the dew. You all know about that? Do you all know about that? You have to be old like me. When the baby is born, before the baby will come home, they will hang a pickup bush over the door. You all know about that? And before the baby is brought out of the car and into the home, they will take stones and they will throw it in a different direction. You all know pebbles. You all know about that? When you're a grandmother child, you know everything. It says, Shri Ram is performing the yajna. Love and Kush look at the horse and they're reading on the forehead of the horse. Property of Shri Ram of Ayodhya. Any being found tampering with the horse will be disciplined. Shri Ram of Ayodhya? Our mother just said that's our father. This is his horse. And the children capture the horse. But as they hold on to the horse, what will happen? Listen, it tells us. Shatrughan kari kahanata birata dehi bhagya vidata kahu de kar birata moor atika de kar darshan hoy sun lo pavan Ram kahani sun lo pavan Ram kahani. Shatrughna comes. Shatrughna's job is to guide the horse and to make sure nothing happens to the horse. Shatrughna is coming. The children see him coming from a distance and they see the weapon in his hand. They have no clue why he's coming and the children begin to shoot him. And so Shatrughna falls to the ground. But the next person who has to leave to go, hearing that Shatrughna has fallen, cannot just leave. He has to leave with a warning. Lakshmana is about to leave, but Shri Ram stops his praying to give a warning to Lakshmana. When you go, be calm. Sometimes the wife has to tell the husband, when you go, be quiet. Huh? Sometimes parents have to tell the children, when you go, behave. Huh? Eat home first. Huh? You have to give the warning. Shri Ram is sending Lakshmana with a warning because Lakshmana is hot-tempered. Lakshmana will shoot and then ask. And so as the children see Lakshmana coming, before he could do anything, they shoot him down too. And who will go? Bharat goes. Bharat is shut down too. But then the last person to go will be who? The last person to go will be a person who never wants to leave the feet of Sri Ram. Who will that be? सुन लो पावन राम कहानी, सुन लो पावन राम कहानी. श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम. सुन लो पावन राम कहानी, सुन लो पावन राम कहानी. Hanumanji goes. Every time they shoot him, he is dodging the arrows coming to him. But when Hanumanji recognizes who they are, he is recognizing who they are. You and I, sometimes when we see children, you can tell who they are because of their resemblance, isn't it? When you meet people sometimes for the first time, you say, hey, you have a sister living in this place. You resemble somebody I know. Somebody used to be my friend or somebody I went to school with, and you have a resemblance to that person. Hanumanji could look at them and he could feel the divinity and know who they are. And so Hanumanji, what he does, he allows himself to be shot, but allows himself to be shot in a way that he will not go unconscious. Sometimes when you're falling, you try to brake, isn't it? In braking and trying to save yourself, you create more damage. Huh? Ask me, I'll tell you. Ask me, who has to wear this compression thing for all my days, and in great pain. Ask me, I'll tell you. It says, Hanumanji, he allows himself to be shot, but the children is treating him as though he's a kapi. Kapi means, in life, sometimes we greet and we meet with people who think of us as monkeys and sometimes fools and sometimes unintelligent. Huh? When you look at my Friday video on Facebook with us sticking the cake, I go in the ears of Auntie Radhika and I scream in her ears. And though I'm screaming, she pretends she's not hearing. You will swear that she's deaf. After our first few videos, we went to a family event all the way in Arima. And one of our old aunts, who is 92 years old, she said to Auntie Radhika, come and sit down by me. And as Auntie Radhika sat down next to her, the puja is going on. She said, so everything good? And Radhika turned and looked at me. And she said, so why are you talking so hard, Mausi? Mausi said, ain't you deaf? She said, I get my hearing aid in the hospital. You could go and get one too. Huh? Sometimes people treat us like that. Sometimes like you're deaf, sometimes like you're foolish, sometimes like you're blind. And they don't give you a chance, they don't give you an opportunity to show your potential and to be you and to be the change. Because they like being stagnant and everything remaining one how all the time. And nobody likes change. It tells us, it says, Hanumanji, they're treating him as though he's a kapia monkey. And they begin to tie him up. And you know what they're tying him up with? They're tying him up with his own tail. How much times people tie us up with our own words and the things we have said and the actions that we have performed? There are things that you have done when you were a child and people still talking about it. Huh? It says, they begin to drag Lord Hanuman. They're dragging him. And as they begin to drag Lord Hanuman, he allows himself to be light. He allows himself to be light. Remember, he's blessed with Lagima and Gadima and Prapti and all of the powers to become bigger than the biggest and smaller than the smallest and heavier than the heaviest and lighter than the lightest. He makes himself light. And making himself light, you know what happens? They're dragging him and he's going. But as he stands in front Mata Sita, Mata Sita seeing Hanumanji, she says, free him at once. And the children are confused. Free him? This is our new pet. We want to play with him. You're saying free him? And Mata Sita says, free him. You remember the first time you carry home the little puppy? Or the little kitten? In Standard Tree, walking home, we saw the little cat on the road. I took up the little cat and I carried it home. My grandmother said, you and the cat, go back right where you find it and put it back. And come back alone. And I said, but the cat will get boxed, Mama. What we will do? She said, go and put back the cat right where you find it. And I said, Mama, if we carry back the cat there and it get boxed, we'll go to hell. She said, I have news, we might go there anyway. At least we'll know why we went. Carry it back. I never forget that. I never forget that. And I am trying to convince her. I hid the cat upstairs in the room for 3 days. But the cat can't be quiet. And the cat is mischievous. The cat pulled down all the curtain. And then I went to school and I don't know what happened to the cat. No clue. What I do know, I had nothing to do with that. Tonight, Mata Sita says, free him. But by this time, what will happen? Shri Ram is making his way. And as Shri Ram makes his way, what will happen? Jai Jai Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram Jai Jai Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patit Pavan Sita Ram Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patit Pavan Sita Ram. The children, they have no clue who Shri Ram is. And as Mata Sita sees Shri Ram, she begins to cry. She looks at Lord Rama and she says, Rama, my job is complete. This is the end of my job and this is the end of my existence. And oh Rama, these are your sons and I'm leaving them in your care. The earth begins to open. The earth begins to tremble. For Mata Sita, she came from the earth. From the earth we came and to the earth we shall eventually return. As the earth opens and Mata Sita is going down, the children, they're crying. Oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma. Oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma, oh Ma. You see that person who is called Mata? You see that person who carries that title of being Mata? When the time of separation comes, it is a pain that no amount of words can describe. No amount of words. It is a pain that never goes away. It never goes away. And so Mata Sita, as she's going down into the earth, the children try to hold her. They try to shake her and hold her and prevent her from going down. But you know what happens? She sinks into the earth. But Goswami Tulsidas writes in the Ramayan, he says fragments of her hair get trapped in the shrubs that are around. And it even goes further to tell us that's why every time you cook bhaji, you find hair in it. You're sure to find hair in the bhaji. Because Mata Sita, her hair became tangled in the bhaji. I don't know about you. I'm sure to find the hair. Sure to. Always. In almost everything and anything that I'm eating. And so Mata Sita, she goes down into the earth. The children are now left in the care of Sri Ram. Tonight, all our fathers, I want you to stand up. All our fathers, please stand up. Tonight, fathers, I want to tell you that very seldom we take the time to tell you that you're important and that you're loved and that you're appreciated for the contribution that you make, not only to your families but to society. I feel proud to know that all of you fathers came to the Yagna tonight. Because I know there are many concerts and many different things that you could have been in. But you chose to celebrate bhakti, devotion. Tonight, fathers, I want to tell you, I want to pray a special prayer that may Bhagwan Sri Ram himself bless you with your wishes and your desires. May Bhagwan himself touch you in a very special way. Fathers, you are special. You are loved. And I am your son saying to you, Happy Father's Day. Fathers, put your hands together. And I pray that Bhagwan will bless you. Not only now, but forevermore. Om Tareva Laganam Surinam Tareva Tarabalam Chandrabalam Tareva Vidyabalam Devabalam Tareva Lakshmi Pate Griyugam Smarami. May the moon, may the stars, may the sun, may Bhagwan Vishnu, Mahalakshmi, and all the devatas protect you. May your very existence be blessed. May you be blessed to be the shining light and example that you ought to be. And so may Bhagwan touch you in a very special way, taking away all your troubles, all your unhappiness, all your sorrows, all your distresses. And to the fathers that act as mother and father, we pray a special blessing for you this evening. We pray that may Bhagwan bless you now and always. And tonight, I want you fathers to send some love and good and positive vibration and energy to your fathers wherever they are. Remember them tonight. Chanda ki pooch se taro se, taro ki pooch hazaro se, सबसे प्यारा कौन है पापा मेरे पापा पापा मेरे पापा पापा मेरे पापा सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. Asan par. Let us all be seated. At this time, I'm going to invite our very senior Pandit, Pandit Vishnu, to the microphone to give his blessings in whichever way he chooses to. This evening, I acknowledge the presence of the Godmother, the divine wife of Pandit Narayan Ji, and all our other Brahman Devatas. I pay tribute to you. Pandit Ji, can you please come? As we ask him to give his ashavad, his blessings. Ajnanam timirandasya jnananjang shalagaya chakshuram militam yena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha. Shri Gurubhyo namaha.
प्रेम से बोले श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. Revered Vyas ji, Sitaram to you and to the President and members of the Ganesh Utsav Committee. May God continue to bless you all so that you can continue on this mission that you are traveling towards. And I came in this evening and we didn't make a turn correct on the overpass, so we end up all the Lie Road and everywhere to reach in. And when we reached in, I sat straight behind the mic stand there that is giving the thing so that Pandit would not see me. But he has eyes everywhere that he would see. And I want to just leave you one small little message today. And this message is on behalf of his birthday, wonderful celebration, and that is, let our lives always be like the sandalwood tree and the axe. The axe will be cutting away on the sandalwood tree, yet still, the sandalwood tree will continue to give the axe its fragrance of sweetness. In this world, and more so, I am telling to the Ganesh Utsav Committee and Pandit, when we are in this part, in this job, many axes are cutting on us. Still continue to give your sweet fragrance, and we will be like the sandalwood tree, doing something benefit to the world as the sandalwood tree goes into the forehead and all the Devtas and Devis, whereas the axe will have to go back into a machine shop and to get its pain and pressure again. So let us, my dear friends, on this wonderful occasion of Pandit's birthday, which was celebrated yesterday, but all 3 days, let us take his knowledge and let us take it forward and let us be and live a life of love, peace, and continue to give that fragrance of divinity at all times. Sitaram, and thank you all.
Thank you very much, Panditji. A very senior, revered Pandit. I want to thank you. I missed you yesterday, but I'm glad that you made it this evening. This evening, as we prepare for the Havan, seated next to me is a mother figure to me. And I gave thought while in the car coming, I said, it's the first time I'm coming to the yagya and she's not calling, she's up to something. And when I looked at her online, I recognized that she did not go online. And that was strange, because that's how I keep tabs on her. And then I said, well, something she's busy doing, I'll call her after. But then they called and they said she had everybody standing 10 minutes before I got here. Where are you? And I got a surprise in the car. I'm going to ask her to give her blessing, in whichever way she chooses to. And then we will do our Havan.
My beloved brothers and sisters, my humble Sitaram and Namaskar to all of you. Panditji, Koti Koti Pranam. Koti Koti Dhanyavad for such a powerful, very potent message. Tonight, if I have one wish for you, Panditji, I'm here because of the love of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation and also your love. And all of you here tonight, if I have one wish and one prayer, it will be what Kaushilya Mata said to Bhagwan Ram. She says, Deva Pitara Saba Tuma ho Gosai Rakhau Palaka Nayana Kinai. I pray, she said to Rama, may all the gods and mains guard you, my holy son, as closely as the eyelids guard your eyes. And I pray also, if at all you have a prayer, I would like that prayer to be the same as mine. बार बार बर मांगऊ हर्ष देहु श्रीरंग पद सरोज अनपायनी भक्ति सदा satsang. May I always be devoted to your lotus-like feet. The prayer of Bhagwan Shiva to Bhagwan Ram. And tonight, as I say to you all the time, I love you not with my mind nor with my heart. Just in case my mind forgets, or just in case my heart stops beating, I love you with my soul. Soul never dies. My daughter is looking on. Today is my first day out in public. And I prayed and I asked my son to please give me the strength to be here for this child. He is also like a son to me. I love you, Mom. Masha, I love you too, babe. And to all of you, let us always support the Ganesh Utsav Foundation for all the beautiful work. Thank you all for allowing me to be here, Dave, and all the rest of you. I'm not seeing Nadira and Nigel. To all of you, I bow to you. Koti Koti Pranam. Thank you, Panditji.
Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama Om Gam Ganapataye Namah Swaha Om Prajapataye Namah Swaha Om Namaschandika Namah Swaha Om Ishtadevta Namah Swaha Om Gramadevta Namah Swaha Om Sthanadevta Namah Swaha Om Dasdikpadevta Namah Swaha Om Sarveshwara Namah Swaha Om Umameshwara Namah Swaha Om Namah Shivaya Swaha Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha Om Hari Markat Markata Namah Swaha Ekarantaye Vidme Vakratundaya Dhimmi Tanno Dante Prachodayat Om Katyayanaye Vidme Kanakumari Dhimmi Tanno Bhagavate Prachodayat Kalakalaye Vidme Kalatita Dhimmi Tanno Kala Prachodayat Narayanaye Vidme Vasudevaya Dhimmi Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat Mahalakshmi Cha Vidme Vishnu Patne Cha Dhimmi Tanno Bhagavate Prachodayat Om Anjani Sutaye Vidme Vayuputraye Dhimmi Tanno Hanuman Prachodayat Om Tat Purushaya Vidme Mahadevaye Dhimmi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha Om Lakshmi Ganapataye Namah 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 Om Lakshmi Ganapataye Namah. 5 shares finally. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashantu, ma kaschit dukhabharvave swaha. Trambakam yajame, sugandhim pushtivardhanam, urvarukамeva vandana prityor mokshamamritat. Om sarvebhyo devebhyo namah. Om sarvebhyo brahmanebhyo namah. Om namaschandika namah. Swaha. Before we stand for Purnahuti, this evening I want to express sentiments of gratitude and expressions of thanks to all members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation for supporting this yajna in particular. We had made the vow that we will do our Bhagavad Saptaha Yajna around the time of June, July, in the midst of the birthday celebrations and otherwise. But in July, there are many members of the group celebrating their birthday, more than in June. And so I decided that we will do the Yagya, the Bhagavad, in July, so that the birthday celebration continues from June into July. And so this is an invitation on behalf of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation and Dave and Cindy and myself. And we're inviting you to upcoming Bhagavad Saptaha Yagya to be held from the 9th of July. From the 9th of July. For that entire week, 3 times a day, we will sit and we will sing the praises of Bhagwan. We would listen to the glories of the Bhagavad Mahapuran. We have made a vow that we will do the Bhagavad for 7 consecutive years. This year is going to be our 2nd year. So you're invited from now. From the 9th of July, the Bhagavad will commence. And so you're invited to come and join with us. It will not be here at the temple, but instead it will be at Bodna village in Princestown, at the home of Dave and Cindy. And so we would celebrate and we would give thanks to Bhagwan for existence as we listen to the glories of the Bhagavad Mahapuran. It says 7 generations before us and 7 after us received merits out of that past act of just listening and being a part of the Bhagavad. No yoga for that week. Start taking your Panadol from now. Start taking your vacation from now. And 7 days a week, 3 times a day, we're not going to miss a single session. We're all going to sing and glorify and eulogize Bhagwan, preparing our soul for the inevitable. This evening, I want to say a special thank you to a person who is a strength to me, but he's not here. But he's looking on without a doubt. And to Bunny, I say to you, I love you and I appreciate you and I thank you for all that you do and for tolerating me all the time. And Bunny is all the way in Kuwait. Tonight he's working there. And so I want to say thank you. To my beloved Aunt Radhika, I want to say thank you for being very tolerant of me and tolerant of all the members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation. For we go to that place and we turn her home upside down all the time. Till now she says to me, whatever, let it just be. I'm not fixing anything again. I want to say a special thank you to her for always being very supportive and tolerant. And whatever I am doing, she always supports me wholeheartedly. And I want to say thank you. I express gratitude to her. You see, on this list, I had a name. And the name was written on the list. And I was not expecting her to be here in person. And so to you, if there is a word that I could use to describe you, what will that word be? Last night in the Katha, it told us that when Sri Ram and Sita Devi got dressed in their clothing to become king and queen, there were no amount of words that will pacify the way that they looked and the emotion that was being felt. And this is not a lie, this is the truth. This is how I feel about you. And I'm not saying that because you are here or because of anything else, but I'm saying that because Bhagwan has blessed me to have somebody like you in my life and in my company. And to you, I owe a depth of gratitude. From you, I have learned the meaning of that word, strength. From you, I have learned the meaning, the real meaning of that word, love. And from you, I have learned the true meaning of that word, humility. And to you, I want to pray that Bhagwan will continue to bless you, to be that strong person. And in the Katha last night, I said, when the messenger went to the heirs of Sri Ram, Bhadra, he says, Rama, what will we do? In almost every one of our conversations, I say to her, Shano, what we going to do? What will we do? What can we do? There is nothing we can do. We must just enjoy the moment. For everything is happening for a reason. And everything is happening to teach us a lesson. This evening, to all of you who came over the past many nights, I want to say thank you, and I love you, and I appreciate you. To those who were looking on and could not come, like Auntie Sita and all of you, I know, I recognize you, and I appreciate you, and I love you. Tomorrow morning, there is a very special Father's Day program planned. Listen to me tomorrow morning on that program, Dharma Vidya Darshan. By now, you all know I'm on the radio from 4 until 6 on a Saturday and a Sunday. Listen, tomorrow there's a very special Father's Day program planned. All fathers. But this evening, as this has brought us to the end of the Yagna, let us remember to take the lessons and apply them into our lives to help us to be better Sanatanis, Hindus. Let us all stand at this time as we join in the Purnahuti. Om. If we have faltered, O Bhagwan, we beg for your forgiveness. What can we give you when everything in this world is yours? We offer devotion to you. Be pleased with us. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudakchate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishtade Sarvam Ve Purnagvam Swaha. We sprinkle the water. Sarvatirita Samayuktam Sugandhim Nirmalam Jalam Achmanamya Datta Grihana Parameshwara. We find the smoke. Vanaspatira Surabhuto Gandaryo Ganadutama Agre Sarvarivanam Dhupoyam Brati Greta. We bow. Anala Namaha, Anala Namaha, Anala Namaha. Tonight, we dedicate our arti once more in memory of Rajiv Amit Katwaro, asking Bhagwan that may this transition for his soul be a peaceful, enjoyable, pleasurable one. Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट चन में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट जन में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे पल पावे दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तनिका ओम जय जगदीश हरे पिता तुम मेरे शरण कहो किसकी
स्वामी शरण कहूँ किसकी।
तुम बिन और न दूजा,
प्रभु बिन और न दूजा।
आस करो जिसकी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतरयामी।
स्वामी तुम अंतरयामी।
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर,
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर।
तुम सबके स्वामी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम होए कय गोचर, सबके प्राणपति।
स्वामी सबके प्राणपति।
किस विधि मिलो दया में,
किस विधि मिलो दया में।
तुमको मैं कुमति।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा।
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा।
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ,
श्रद्धा प्रेम चढ़ाओ।
संतन की सेवा।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Tonight, there is a very special member of my group, my Kirtan group. He's celebrating his birthday. He sits in the background. But though he's sitting in the background, without him, there'll be no sound. And so Rakesh is celebrating his birthday. Rakesh, can you stand so that they can see who you are? Rakesh, I want to wish you a happy, 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 happy birthday. And I want to pray that Bhagwan will bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, and bless you. Not only now, but always and forevermore. I want to say thank you for being very tolerant of me. And I want to say thank you for being very patient with me. And I want to say thank you for always being very loving towards me. And I'm not just saying that, I mean that. And you are not members of my group, you are my family. And to all of you, I say blessings to you. Thank you, and I love you all. There is a member of the group celebrating her birthday as well. In a few days from now, She's my hand, she's my foot, she's my mother sometimes, she's my sister sometimes, she's my food, To Shobha. Shobha is going to celebrate her birthday in a few days. Shob, I want to wish you a happy, happy birthday. I love you. I really love you, you know that. Blessings, light and love to you, now and always. And tonight, finally, I was very confused and lost, and I did not know what will happen in the yajna. When a few days ago, Nigel had to leave unexpectedly. And not only him, Ashish as well. And I became very worried, and I said, Bhagwan, please, I am begging you. Make sure that the yajna turns out to be successful. But though he was there, he will call all the time, what you need, what to do, what can I? And I keep saying to him too, what we could do, what to do, what we will do. And he said to me, you just say, we're doing. And that's what he always says to me. I can't say thank you. I can't say thank you enough to all members of the group, to Dave and Cindy and Munilal, and to all of you, to Paki who works behind the scene. I can't say thank you. When Auntie Kusum said, how much road we making tonight? I said, 25 pounds. She said, how much? I said, 25 pounds. She said, only? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Narayana, Narayana, Om Satya Narayana, 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 Om Narayana, Narayana, Om Satya Narayana, Narayana, Om Satya Narayana, Narayana, Om Jai Sadguru Deva.
Narayana, Narayana, Om Satya Narayana, 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 Om Narayana, Narayana, Om Satya Narayana, Narayana, Om Satya Narayana, Narayana, Om Jai Sadguru Deva.
Jai Sadguru Deva. Sutoma Sadigamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Mritam Gamaya Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Shasika Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Shiva Hare Shiva Ram Sake Prabhu Trivirita Panivarana He Vibhu Aj Janishwar Yadav Pahi Mam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Kamalalochane Ram Dayanidhi Har Guru Gajarakshat Gopati Shivatano Bhava Shankar Pahi Mam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Suraj Ranjana Mangala Mandiram Bhajiti Te Purusha Paramam Param Shivatano Bhava Shankar Pahi Mam Shiva Hari Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Pratna Sunalo Hamar Prabhu Prema Se Karata Pukat Prabhu Prema Se Karata Pukat Prabhu Prema Se Karata Pukat Prabhu Listen to my prayer, oh Lord, dear Lord. I am singing praises to you with love. I am singing praises to you with love. I am singing praises to you with love. प्रार्थना सुन लो हमार प्रभु, प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु, प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु, प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु। प्रार्थना सुन लो हमार प्रभु, प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु, प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु, प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, अयोध्या राम लला की जय, वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, ओरेसा जगन्नाथ की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सिया सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की। हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा। Clap your hands with me, everybody. And I want you to look at the Ganesh Utsav Foundation. Look at them. I want you to do the same thing. Everybody, let's sway from side to side. Let's eulogize Bhagwan, everybody. Hara Hara Shambho, Shambho, Shiva Mareva, Shambho, Shambho, Shiva Mareva, Shambho, Shambho, Shiva Mareva, Shambho, Shambho, Shiva Mareva. कर्पूरे गौरम करुणावतारम संसारे सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम सदा वसंतम हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा। नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांगरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै मकाराय नमः शिवाय। हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो। उमापति महादेव की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की। हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा, शंभो शंभो शिव मरेवा। Turn to the person next to you, in front of you and behind you. Tell them, Bhagwan bless you. Har Har Shambho, Shambho, Shiva Mareva, Shambho, Shambho, Shiva Mareva, Shambho, Shambho, Shiva Mareva, Shambho, Shambho, Shiva Mareva. Let us all be seated. The arati is about to come. The Panchamrit is about to come. And while this is coming, we join in this beautiful bhajan. Danpur is going to sing this Shiva bhajan. We dedicate this bhajan to Masha. And so we dedicate this bhajan to her. And the arati is going to come. Everybody, please remain seated. Please remain right where you are. George, let's be seated. Let's remain put for a little bit. And a little while from now, depart to everybody.
देव नहीं महादेव सिवाय, देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय
Tonight, we send our love out of the Yageshala to a beautiful little girl who lives all the way in Florida. Her name is Lakshmi. And so she's celebrating her birthday. Coincidentally, she was born on Father's Day, and she's celebrating her birthday on Father's Day tomorrow. And so Lakshmi is a special gem. We had the privilege of meeting with her during the time of the Navratri. A little baby, a little princess. Lakshmi, I send love and appreciation to you, and may Bhagwan bless you in a very special way. This evening, I also acknowledge the presence of Surjay Mangro, Shri Surjay Mangro. I thank you for taking the time to grace the Yagya. And to all of you who came from far and near, to Anand and Vashti Ji, to Anand and Vashti, we want to say thank you for coming and for gracing the Yagya. They're busy talking to Dave, so they didn't even hear the greeting. But I want to say thank you for coming this evening.
माथे पे सोहे मुकुट चंदा गले में सोहे नागदेव काला माथे पे सोहे मुकुट चंदा गले में सोहे नागदेव काला सबको देव जाला शिव भोला मतवाला सबको देव जाला शिव भोला मतवाला कांद प्रिय नटराज कहाँ देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय दिद पांग दिपलंग बांग बाजत साजे दमक दमक दम 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 डमरू बाजे दिद पांग दिपलंग बांग बाजत साजे दमक दमक दम 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 डमरू बाजे झुम 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 मचावे घुम 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 मचावे घुम 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 मचावे घुम 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 मचावे कांदव प्रिया नटराज कहाँ देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय देव नहीं महादेव शिवाय हरि ओम नमः 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 शिवाय
Satya Sanatana Dharma Ki Jai. Tonight, there will be entertainment by a person